everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a shorter video, just of me showing you how I make herb bundles to use for smoke cleansing. I'm going to be using some herbs I grew in my own organic garden, and that would be, this is the really big garden sage leaves. You can see they're huge, and then some rose petals, and then I have some cotton twine that's pink, so it kind of matches the rose petals. It's pink and white. And then scissors. So let me get everything kind of gathered how I need it, and I will get started. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I separated my sage leaves into the most ratty looking. Like, they're still good enough to use, but they've got holes and stuff. They're just not super pretty. The middle level, where they're acceptable, they're pretty, but they're not perfect. I mean, none of them are perfect, but you know. And then these two are, these two are the nicest looking ones I have, so those will go on the very outside. These will go in the middle, and these will go in the very, very center. Okay, so let me move these leaves out of the way, actually, so I can show you this on camera. So this is my most tattered leaf. It's like missing pretty much a whole corner. And it's got a little bit of dried on it, so I'll take that off. So I'm going to just take this, lay it down, and just kind of, it's already starting to roll this way, so I'm going to use that as the outside because I want this on the inside. And I'm just going to kind of roll it in on itself like this. Okay, so now we just have the one rolled leaf. Then I'm going to keep taking leaves and adding them on like this and roll, the outside leaf around the inside leaf. Although, probably should do it so that the pretty side is on the outside and the back is on the back, yeah? Okay. And I'm going to try to make them pretty tight, you know, because I want it to be, you know, I don't want it to, it'll dry and everything as it goes. And these aren't dried leaves yet. They're still perfectly, you know, I just harvested them recently. So I'm just going to keep going like this till I get all these very center leaves done. So one more. Okay. So that's what it looks like so far. Oops, cat fur. That's what it looks like so far. So I will come right back in just a moment. Okay, so I've decided that I like the size of this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leaf, and instead of wrapping it this direction around, I'm going to wrap it this direction around, starting with this part. So I'm going to cut off this stem. Then I will put the stem, and this is where this last piece of this leaf kind of lays over. So I'm going to then overlap this a little bit like that. And I'm going to tilt it up slightly like this, rather than putting it straight across like that. And start this part kind of down toward the bottom. And then I'll roll it up around. Oop, try not to tear it. Well, it's a little harder than it looks. Give me a minute. Get it situated right, at the right angle and everything. And then kind of roll it up like that. Okay. Now that I've got that on there, I just think that gives it a prettier look on the outside. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add some rose petals on the outside of mine. So I have these rose petals from my garden, and I'm just going to start with the twine, wrapping this, and then as I wrap it, I will add rose petals. So I will come back in just a moment and show you. Okay, so I cut off some of the twine, a couple feet of it, and then what I've done is this leaf kind of came off, but that's okay, I can fix it in a moment. I've tied it, sorry, 1 minute. I've tied it in just a basic knot around the bottom of this. Now I'm going to then set that down and make that into a double knot so it's nice and tight on those stems. And the stems will shrink as they dry, so you don't want to put it so tight that it's going to like break them, but you want to put it tight enough that when they kind of shrink up some, the string won't be so loose it falls off. Then I'm just going to wrap this leaf back around nicely. And then I'm going to start taking this and just wrapping it upward. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't see. Start just wrapping it up and doing it, like I said, kind of tight. And then put this leaf back on how I had it before. And so when I pass a spot where I want a petal, I'll just put a rose petal there, like that. Sorry, y'all can't see all that well. And then I will just kind of go over it with the string, like that. Hold it in place. Try to keep everything wrapped nicely here. Keep going around. I'll put another petal here. I actually don't use smoke cleansing in my practice because I have sensitive lungs as well as having issues with scents. So I'm just going to keep going back around and adding rose petals as I go. So I'm actually making this for a friend of mine. And the rose petals will kind of, see how they're like, because it's only in one spot, but in a minute we're going to go back down. Once we get to the top, we'll go back down, and so we'll crisscross these, and so that'll help them stay better. So I'm going to be giving this to my best friend, and she's not a witch, but she's into some different kind of witchy-esque practices, like she likes incense, smoke cleansing. She's done some spells, but she doesn't consider herself to be a witch. So I know she will appreciate this. Oh, there's a dog outside barking. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, the camera was up closer to me. I am sitting like at the corner of the table, so it's kind of awkward to sit and put these. Remember to put this way out in the middle like this. Okay. I'll do one more rose petal right there. The last one, right? Let's do this one actually. This rose petal right here. Seal the deal right there. Okay. Then you just keep going up, all the way up, pretty much to the top. And then you just keep going, and then you just kind of go back down and crisscross it back down. So as you go back down, just kind of grab onto the rose petals and help them to lay better, so that they lay more flat for you. Like, see this one here? The string needs to be separated a little bit like that, so it'll lay a little bit flatter. Maybe this string can go over that rose like that, and this can go over this rose like this. If I can flatten it some there we go. And over this rose like that. And then we get back down to the bottom, and I'm going to tie a knot again with this. Sorry about the car beeping outside. I don't know what their deal is. Oh, it looks like they're beeping at a deer. Oh, ridiculous. Anyway, so I just tie it off, and then you can use these two little end pieces of string and hang this to dry, and you've got your smoke cleansing bundle. I'll make one more, and I'll come back to show y'all when they're done. Alright, so here are my sage bundles. These are the two regular sized ones, and this one I had just 2 leaves left over, so instead of rolling them up and down ways, I rolled them like sideways like that, and just rolled those 2 together and put the extra rose petals on there, and that's how they turned out. I think they look really nice. They smell really good for sure. So now I will just leave them out to dry, and then they will be able to be used. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, and leave a comment on this video. You can hit the bell notification icon to be notified each time I upload new videos as well. Thank you. Blessings.